Very good evening, children. Today we will do the analysis of our second set of papers, and today's subject is English. So we will do the second paper of practice paper of the English analysis. We'll begin with the first activity, first section, that is language study. So here in question number 1A, we have A1 and A2. In A1, we have 4 questions, and in A2, we have 2 questions. And the question number 1B has 1 question. So today we'll do the language study first section. So our first question is, pick out the compound words from the following. First children, compound words means दो words को मिलाकर new word form करना. By combining two different words, creating or making one new word having new meaning, that is compound word. So here we have words foothill, opportunity, high speed, favorite, successful. So by making the by dividing these words, if we'll have new 2 words, that will be our compound words. So here foot heels. Here 2 words are there. One is foot, the second is heels. Now opportunity, this word has only one. High speed, there are 2 words having 2 different meanings, and after combining we have one word. Next is favorite and successful. So here our first question, 2 compound words are foothills and high speed, because foothills में 2 words हैं, foot and hills, और high speed में we have high and speed. So after joining these 2 words, we are having foothills, high speed. Now we'll see the second question. The second question is about punctuation. We have to punctuate the given sentence. What's your opinion on the future of Indian boxing? Children, here the word begins with WH word. What? What means what is your opinion on the future of Indian boxing? So the word which begins with WH word and seeks an answer, that is your interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentence ends with question mark. So here, what's your opinion on the future of Indian boxing? This is your punctuated sentence. Let's see the third. Complete the word chain of adjectives. Now here we have to complete this word chain by adding adjectives. But how to form a new word? By taking the last alphabet of the previous word. So here we have awesome. So with awesome, I have made here energetic, careful, loyal, long lasting. These are adjectives. So this energetic began with E. This careful started with C because energetic ended with C. So the last alphabet will be the first alphabet of the next word. So here awesome, energetic, careful, loyal, long lasting. Next question. Form 2 present participles in which the last letter is doubled. So present participle means this is verb. Okay. So verb has 4 forms: present, past, past participle, and present participle. Present participle is also known as ing form of the main verb. Now we have to write the verbs which are ending with the double letter of the last word. So here we have examples like shopping, getting, running, begging, stopping. So here these words are ending with double letter of the last alphabet. Now we'll see question number A2. Make 2 separate sentences of your own using the word fish as a noun and as a verb. Now we have to frame 2 separate sentences. children, we have to make note of one thing here. Sometimes they ask for one sentence only. Like they will give you two words and you have to frame one sentence by using those two words. Now here we have to frame two separate words, separate sentences using this fish word as a noun and as a verb. Now here we have example. I love to eat fish. Now fish यहाँ पर क्या है? It is your noun because name of that animal. I loved to fish in the sea. Now here to fish, this is verb. Infinitive form of verb is this. So here to fish means fish पकड़ना. So here to catch fish वो action को to fish बोलते हैं. So I have used I love to eat fish as a noun and I love to fish in the sea, that is your verb. Let's see the next. Rewrite the following sentence using indirect speech. Did you enjoy the music today? He said to me. Now children, this sentence is in direct form, direct speech, where the person is speaking to someone. He is speaking to me. Now we have to change it to indirect. So he asked me whether I enjoyed the music that day. Now because this is an question, this sentence is in a question form. That's why this asked is used. And instead of whether, we can also use if. So he asked me whether I enjoyed the music that day. Question number B. Identify the main clause and subordinate clause in the given sentence. Now main clause and subordinate clause. When he saw me on the road, he began to run. Here we have two sentences. The first sentence is when he saw me on the road. And the second sentence, he began to run. Now we have to identify which one is main clause and which one is subordinate clause. Main clause क्या होता है? The sentence which has subject and verb of its own. And the next is subordinate clause which begins with a joining word. So here your answer is when he saw me on the road, he began to run. This is your subordinate clause and the main clause is he began to run. Subordinate clause always begins with conjunction. And your main clause has subject and verb of its own. Now we'll see the next section. That is your textual passage. So here we have questions. Read the following passage and complete the given activities. First question is rewrite the following sentences in proper sequence. Means we have to rewrite these sentences in a proper sequence, proper order in which the sentence has been given in the passage. Passage में जिस order में sentence दिया है, we have to write according to that. It starts wilting through the day. It smiles with the sun. It withers completely. Every fortnight a flower blooms. So here these lines talks about the flower. So which incident took place? So we have to find out from the passage. So here the first passage talks about the flower. We have hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight a flower blooms on it, big, bright and tender. So here we got our first sentence. Every fortnight a flower blooms. So every fortnight a flower blooms. This is your first sentence. Now through the day it smiles with the sun and dances. Here we get our second sentence. Second sentence क्या होगा? Through the day it smiles with the sun. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. We got our third sentence. It starts wilting. So it means we got our three sentences. So automatically जो remaining एक बच गया है वो last में हो जाएगा. So here is our answer. Every fortnight a flower bloom. Through the day it smiles with the sun. It starts wilting and last it withers completely. Now we'll see the next activity. complete the following sentences. First sentence is our problems are dash, and second is however impossible things may look dash. These sentences you will get in your passage. So here our problems are our problems are so colossal and we are so small, yet if we persist. This is your first answer. Second, however impossible things may look, the last sentence, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. So these two sentences we will get in our passage. A2 activity, fill in the blanks. Our problems are so colossal and we are so small. B, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. Now we'll see the third activity, match the column. Here the words are given, and in the second part we have words related to that, explaining that meaning. So we'll see, first is drying and drooping, huge, massive, grandeur, firm belief. Here we have words, conviction, splendor, colossal, and wilting. We have to match the words accordingly. Drying and drooping, it means wilting. So here we have our answer. Huge, massive means colossal. Grandeur, splendor. Firm belief means conviction. So we have to write our answer. We are not expected to write this in our answer paper. Only your A column and your answer. If you don't want to make this table, it's okay. You can straight away write your answer. Let's see the next question. Do as directed. This is grammar part. We went to the rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean. Begin with after going to. Now children, first we'll see there are two sentences. इसमें दो sentence है. First क्या है? We went to the rocky beach. Second क्या है? Saw the spread of the majestic ocean. Now we have to use this word after going to. ये phrase हमें use करना है. अभी हमें identify करना पड़ेगा कि ये दो action में से first action कौन सा है और उसके बाद second action कौन सा है. अगर हम लोग फर्स्ट एक्शन करेंगे तभी उसको सेकेंड एक्शन फॉलो करेगा. सो आफ्टर गोइंग मतलब अभी फर्स्ट एक्शन हमें देखना है. वी वेंट टू द रॉकी बीच एंड सॉ द स्प्रेड ऑफ मेजेस्टिक ओशन. पहला एक्शन क्या हुआ? वी वेंट टू द रॉकी बीच और फिर हमने क्या देखा? स्प्रेड ऑफ द मेजेस्टिक ओशन. सो आंसर कैसे होगा? फर्स्ट एक्टिव एक्शन के पहले ये वर्ड हमें यूज करना है. तो फर्स्ट एक्शन के पहले ये वर्ड हमें यूज करके after going to the rocky beach, we saw the spread of majestic ocean. तो ये वर्ड हमने यूज करके दो सेंटेंस को ज्वाइन किया है and we have used here comma. This became your complex sentence. ये कंपाउंड सेंटेंस को हमने कॉम्प्लेक्स में चेंज कर दिया है. तो फर्स्ट एक्शन था रॉकी बीच, we went there, और सेकेंड एक्शन था we saw spread of majestic ocean. Now we'll see the next. We have hibiscus plant in our garden. So we have to frame WH question of this underlined word. अभी हमें ऐसा क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करना है that we will get this answer. Underline जो है वो word that will be our answer. So here, which plant do we have in our garden? So here I have used which WH word. And after the end of the sentence, I have put question mark because this is our WH question word. Now, what role does nature play in our lives? Now, we have here many examples of things which are present in nature. And by looking at them, we learn many things. So we have to write what role they play in our lives, what we learn from the natural things, the things which are available in nature, maybe plants, animals, or insects, anybody. So here, there are no question that Earth has been a given planet. Everything humans have needed to survive and thrive was provided by natural world around us. Food, water, medicine, materials for shelter, and even natural cycles such as climate and nutrients are provided by nature. It is always a part of our lives. It provides gift in the terms of beauty, art, and spirituality. So we should protect it. Here, this is not an ideal answer, children, because this is your personal response question. If you will attempt this question, you will never get wrong answer. You can write your own answer with examples. Like here in passage, a few natural things are given, like hibiscus plant, like ocean. So you can also take one example from nature and you can write what role that natural thing, that animal or insect had played in your life. Let's see the next passage. Complete the following web. Some things to trust in. So here we have to find out words which say that we have something we have to trust in. What? We should trust in what? Here in this passage it is given. You have to trust in some things. Which are those things? Your gut, destiny, life, karma. So here four blanks are given, webs are given. We have to put those words in these webs. So which are the four things which we should have trust? It is our gut feeling, life, destiny, and karma. Now we'll see the next question. How the calligraphy classes helped Steve Jobs after 10 years. Here, before 10 years, he had learned calligraphy, the art of writing. How this art helped him after 10 years. It is given in the passage. Now we'll see the answer. 10 years later, when Steve Jobs was designing the first Macintosh computer, he recalled what he had learned in the calligraphy classes about sans serif typefaces and other elements that go into great typography. He designed all this into the Macintosh computer. So that calligraphy helped him in many ways while designing his computer. Let's see the next question. Use the following phrases in the sentences of your own. Children, here what happens? Sometimes few children copy the same sentence from which is given in the sentence, but it is mentioned over here. You have to frame sentence by using these phrases in your own sentence. So we have to make our own sentence. First, we need to understand what does that phrase stands for. What is the meaning of that phrase? First phrase is look forward. Look forward means कुछ something which is going to come in future. We are looking forward for that thing. Positive thing कुछ हम देख रहे हैं. Future में कुछ होने वाला है. Let someone down. Let someone down means किसी को निराश करना या फिर किसी को डाउन फील कराना. डाउन इन द सेंस किसी के साथ हम लोग का ट्रस्ट बिल्ड नहीं हो रहा है, तो उसको बोलते लेट डाउन. विल सी द आंसर. Look forward. We must look forward to our future. Look forward. Hopes रखना future में. Next, let someone down. As I have great trust in him, he never let me down. Because मैंने उसमें trust किया, he never let me down. He never let me down. Now next sentence. Do as directed. It was very clear. Rewrite as an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, the sentence which has sudden expression. It was very clear. Now either exclamatory sentence begins with how or what. Now here very is used. It means it will begin with how. So your answer is how clear it was, and in the end you have to use exclamation mark. Now next question, the dots will somehow connect. Rewrite the sentence into past perfect tense. Now children, past perfect tense में you have had, helping verb क्या होता है? Had, and V3. V3 means past participle of the main verb. Now here the dots will. So instead of will, we will use had. And here what is verb? Verb है आपका connect. So instead of connect, we will use connected. So the dots had somehow connected. Last question. Write about something which you learned in the past and which has helped you in the present. Now here, this answer is personal response answer. So here, you have to write your own answer. And no answer is wrong. Whatever you have learned in past, which is benefiting you in present, you have to write that. So I have written one example. I had learned to play musical instruments when I was 7. It helped me a lot as I got many opportunity to participate in musical concerts. I have won many prizes, which boosts my confidence. So here, this is not an ideal answer. You can write any answer of your own. Now next, this is your poem. So we have come to the next section, third poetry section. So here we have words. Here in the column A, we have 4 stages of humans. And we have in column B, we have actions done by those in those different stages by the human beings. So infant, schoolboy, lovers, and soldier. We'll get these words and actions in the stanzas. So here we at first the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. So we got our first match the column infant ka action. Then finding schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwilling to school. This is our second schoolboy with a woeful ballad made to his mistress eyebrow. This is the action done by the lover. The lover sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress eyebrow. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard. So here we got all our answers. We'll see infant, schoolboy, lover, and soldier. The actions done in these stages. Let's see the next question. Which 2 stages of man described in the by Shakespeare sounds humorous? Humorous means funny. And why? So here we have our answer. The second and the third stage are humorous. One can just imagine the schoolboy complaining and whining, creeping to school slowly with a well-scrubbed and shining face. And the third stage, where the lover sighs loudly and sings sad poems and songs, is also humorous. So here second and third stage. We'll see the last question. Sign like furnace. So here which figures of speech is this? Because here like word is used. So here sign is compared with furnace. So when like is used to compare 2 different objects or things, that is your simile. We'll see the next. Question number 3 is poem appreciation. So here we have our poem, animals, and here we have different points according to which we have to write our poem appreciation. The title of the poem, the poet, the rhyming scheme, figure of speech, theme, or central idea. So here we have all the answers. The title of the poem is Animals. It is already given. And the poet name is Walt Whitman. The rhyme scheme. Now children, we have to find out whether this poem has rhyme scheme or not. As you can see, the last words do not have similar sound. So here no rhyming words are there. No rhyming words matlab no rhyme scheme. So the poems which do not have any rhyme scheme, those are your free verse. So this poem do not have any rhyme scheme, hence it is free verse. Figure of speech, many figures of speech are given. We'll write the examples of them. And theme and central idea. Now here, this animal poem has a theme related to the experience. Now we'll see the answer. The poem Animals is penned by Walt Whitman. Instead of penned, children, you can write composed by or written by Walt Whitman. The poet has broken away the conventional use of rhyme scheme and has written the poem in free verse. There are many figures of speech used in the poem like repetition, alliteration, tautology, hyperbole, etc. The chief figure of speech used in the poem is repetition. Example, I stand and look at them long and long. So here, this long word is repeated twice. This long word is repeated twice. That's why this is repetition figures of speech. So here only one example is needed to be written here. The central idea of the poem is that today animals are better than humans. By describing the qualities that animals possesses today, the poet indirectly implies that we human beings too should possess these qualities. Now, I have underlined the keywords like the name of the poem, the poet's name, and also rhyme scheme. So this is free words. So I've underlined this word and then figures of speech. And the last central idea. It will give you. It will give that examiner an idea that every point is covered over here. So accordingly, the examiner will allot you marks. This title of the poem and poet name carries 1 mark, then rhyme scheme 1, then your figures of speech 1 mark, and last your central idea carries 2 marks. So accordingly, you will get the marks. So you have to cover all these points in order to get the out of marks. We'll see the next, that is our unseen passage. This is non-textual passage, matlab unseen passage. This passage is not given in your textbook. So what is the good idea of finding out the answer is, first children, because we are not aware of this passage, but we can get the idea after reading the question. So your first question is statement true or false. We have to find out whether the statements are true or false. So quickly we will see the questions and then we'll try to find out the sentences from the passage. A new research suggests that eating healthy food and getting proper sleep helps children to succeed in school. So here's something, this sentence talks about healthy eating and proper sleep. Second question, kids in the age group of 6 to 12 years should get an average sleep of a little less than 7 hours. So here the sentence talks about the hours, 7 hours, less than 7 hours. Children who are in the age group of 6 to 12 should get less than 7 hours sleep. Next, kids should start their day with yogurt, fruits and veggies. So in the morning, what we should eat, it is given there. Now we'll check whether this is true or false sentence. Children should have consistent sleeping habit. Consistent means the continuous sleeping habit. मतलब particular time होना चाहिए sleeping habit उनकी fix होनी चाहिए. Now we'll see the passage. A new research suggests that eating healthy food and getting proper sleep can help children succeed in school. So here we got our first sentence. Now we have to find out, we have to understand whether this is true or false. A new research suggests that eating healthy food and getting proper sleep helps children to succeed in school. So this sentence is given as it is given in the passage. So your first sentence is true. Now we'll see. Second, according to the study, kids should start the day with fruits, proteins and whole grains. But here in the third sentence, it is given kids should start their day with yogurt, fruits and veggies. So yogurt is not mentioned in the first. It is fruits, proteins and whole grains. it means your third sentence is false. And they should avoid sugary cereals because they cause a sugar high. If the kids do need to eat something prior to dinner, parents should offer healthy choices like yogurt, fruits and veggies or baked chips. So here yogurt, fruits, veggies and baked chips ये कभी खाना है डिनर के पहले. Okay, not in the morning. Yogurt morning में नहीं खाना है. Children have also been advised to drink water instead of soda as it lacks nutritional value. Moreover, research suggests that children need a good night's sleep for their overall school performance. It is said that lack of sleep can lead to problems with attention and memory in the classroom, affect impulse control and mood regulation, lead to anxiety and even depression. While kids aged 6 to 12 years should get 9 hours sleep nightly. Now here in the sentence, second sentence, it is given less than 7 hours for the age group 6 to 12. But in the passage, it is given 9 hours. इसका मतलब second sentence is false. Adolescents from the age of 13 to 18 years should get an average sleep of little more than 7 hours per night. However, the research suggests that catching up on lost sleep on the weekend can make matters worse and recommended a consistent bedtime 7 days a week. So here the passage talks about the healthy food habit and also the importance of proper sleep for the school children. So here we got our first A1 activity done, true and false. We'll see the answer. So here your first sentence is true. Second is false. Third is true, false, and fourth is true. So here first and last is true, and the second and third is false. Now we'll see the next. Two things to be avoided by children, and lack of sleep due to mood regulation leads to. Now here, which two things children should avoid? The children here, we have read this part. They should avoid sugary cereals because they cause a sugar high, and they should not eat, and they should not eat in the morning the yogurt, fruits and veggies. Okay, and they should avoid weekend sleeps. Now lack of sleeps के कारण कौन-कौन से problems होते हैं? Anxiety, okay, mood regulation, problems with attention and memory, affects impulse. Many are given, but we have to write only two. So anxiety and depression we can write. Lack of sleep, mood regulation कौन से होते हैं? So here mood regulation leads to anxiety and even depression. So we have to write these two words, and our answer is first is sugary cereals and soda, and the second is anxiety and depression. Let's see. Select the correct word from the brackets and complete the statements given below. These words are from your passage and you have to use these words in your sentence. So words are anxiety, consistent, impulse and attention. Now children, these sentences are not from your passage. ये passage में से sentence नहीं दिया गया है, but these words are from the passage. तो आपको sentence को comprehend करके ये वर्ड्स कहाँ पर फिट बैठ रहा है, कहाँ पर उसका अप्रोप्रिएट मीनिंग फॉर्म हो रहा है, आपको वो सेंटेंस लिखना है. तो द बेस्ट वे ऑफ डूइंग दिस आंसर्स, जैसे 4 ऑप्शन है और 4 सेंटेंस है, तो समटाइम्स क्या होता है, एक दो वर्ड ऐसा होता है जिसका मीनिंग हमें नहीं पता चलता है, और समटाइम्स थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट या कंफ्यूजन रहता है. सो व्हाट वी शुड डू, वी शुड राइट द आंसर्स व्हिच वी आर कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट. जिस आंसर के लिए हमें कॉन्फिडेंट है उस आंसर को हमें पहले अटेम्प्ट करना है. सो हियर Last minute study cases dash to the students. Stress affects the dash of for a quick action. Saina has shown dash improvement in her performance. Students should pay dash in class. So you must be knowing few sentences. So here in the first sentence, anxiety. Next is related to impulse. Third is consistent. And fourth is about attention. Now see the next question. Do as directed. Pick out any one sentence from the passage where a model auxiliary indicating advice is used. Advice के लिए कौन सा model auxiliary होता है? Should. So we have to pick one sentence from the passage. Passage में से एक advice वाला sentence लेना है and we have to write that. और next में क्या है? Pick out the correct conjunctions from the given sentence. Conjunctions क्या करते हैं? दो sentences, दो noun, दो verbs को join करते हैं. Conjunction का काम है to join two things, either two nouns होंगे, two verbs होंगे, two actions होंगे या दो sentence होंगे. We have to find out what is given there. Kids should avoid sugary cereals because they cause a sugar high. तो यह दो sentence को join किया गया है because. It is said that lack of sleep can lead to problems. So here also दो sentence है. It is said और बीच में है that. So that is your conjunction. Now we'll check the answer. So here I have written two sentences, but in question it is expected to write one. But I have given two examples of should. Next, conjunctions are because and that. And the last question is personal response question. We should eat healthy food, explain. Now it is clear, children, that it is given, it is asked, the question is asking, we should eat healthy food and why. We have to explain the reason. So this is not an ideal answer. You can write any answer of your own according to your viewpoints. Health is much more than well. Healthy food helps in an overall development of an individual. It helps in proper physical and mental growth. Healthy mind in healthy body. So I have written one answer. You can write according to your own wish. Now last question is your summary writing. Now summary writing, children, what happens? Summary writing में हमें क्या करना चाहिए? We have to keep 3-4 points in our mind. Summary writing means summarizing the whole passage in short. Usually it is written in 1/3. 1/3 में लिखना चाहिए. So what we are supposed to find out here? First step ये है कि we need to understand the whole passage because हमने first question में अभी first बार ये passage पढ़ लिया है because we had questions on this passage. So हमें idea आ गया है this passage talks about healthy food, proper sleep, that how much adolescent or children should get sleep and what they should eat, what they should not eat. So these are the keywords. Now we have to summarize this passage. I have written here answer. So we need to give one title. Healthy food and good sleep need of every student. So here I have given one title. Title is very important and it is compulsory also. And after that I have written here the summary. A new research suggests that importance of healthy food and proper sleep in the student's life. Based on the findings, it is concluded that students should eat eat fruits, proteins, and whole grains in the morning. They should drink adequate amount of water. Kids and adolescents should have 9 to 10 hours night sleep respectively. It affects the overall school performance of students. It solves many cognitive related issues of the student. So here the key word is food and about good food and good sleep. So I have written this short paragraph. Now we'll move to the next section, that is writing skill. The first question is letter writing. Here we have two letters. One is informal and then other is formal. So here we have information. This information talks about Nagzira sanctuary. So here a heaven on earth experience the peace and beauty of this place firsthand, learn about wild animals and their habitats. For further details, contact the Divisional Forest Officer, Nagzira Sanctuary, Bhandara, and address is given. So this is the address. So for informal writing, informal letter, what is given? Write to your father asking his permission to go for trip. Okay. And the right to Divisional Forest Officer, Nagzira Sanctuary, booking a weekend visit. Now here it is mentioned father को लिखना है, parent भी लिख सकते हो, okay? Parent जो question में रहेगा वैसे. And informal में क्या है? Father है, और formal में आपके you have to write to the Divisional Forest Officer, Nagzira Sanctuary. So this is format of letter writing. जिसमें for informal sender's address, date, salutation, main body, closing, grammar, and sender's address, date, recipient, subject, main body, subscription, closing, and grammar. So accordingly, the marks are allotted here. So we'll see the example. Here I've written address, then here the complete address of the sender, then date, and here he's writing to mother. So here in the first paragraph, just simple conversation part. In the second, it is main body of the letter, main content, why the child is writing this letter, and in the end, it is closing. And last is your subscription, your name. So here, I miss you a lot. I'm fine here. My first SEM exam results have come and I have scored 90% marks. I stood second in the first term exam. All this is possible because of your blessings. Ami, I am writing this letter to know you about the educational school trip. So here the child is now moving to the main content of this letter. My school has organized a school trip to Nagzira Sanctuary. It is part of my school activity. As you know that I am interested in wildlife photography. It will help me in future. I need your consent. I will need 1000 rupees for the educational trip. The trip is organized in the month of January. I have to pay the fee 3 weeks prior. Ami, you have to email your consent on the school mail. I am very much interested in the trip. I hope you will allow me to go. I will be waiting for your reply. Take care of yourself. Love you. So here, this is your first letter, informal letter. Now we see the next is your formal. So in formal letter may you have address, name, then date, and to whom you are writing. So we are writing to the Divisional Forest Officer. Then we have to write the subject, then salutation, dear sir or madam. The subject is permission to visit Nagzira Sanctuary. I am writing this letter as the representative of my school. We are interested in visiting the Nagzira Sanctuary in the month of February on the weekend. 200 students from grade 5th to 10th who are interested in wildlife and their habitat will join the trip. So here in the first paragraph, the representative of the school is writing this letter. And who is representative? His name is given here in the beginning. And he is giving information that they are interested in trip which they want to be conducted in February, and 200 students from grade 5th to 10th will join the trip. So here the child is giving his expectation, what he expects when he goes there, what he wants to, how many children will come and when they will come for the trip. Now in the second paragraph, the inquiry he wants to get from the divisional officer. I want to know about the application form, any special rules and regulations, and I request you to kindly email the brochure giving detailed information regarding the queries to the school mail ID. So here the child is asking for few information, and if they have brochure, they can email on the school mail ID. Kindly do the needful. Thanking you, yours truly, their name and school ka email ID. So here formal and informal both letters are given. Let's accordingly you will get your marks on address, on the second address, then subject, then salutation, then main part of the letter and your closure. We'll see the next question. It is information transfer. So here information is given in paragraph form and you have to tabulate this information. You have to write in table format. Here pollution caused by and solution. So we have to read this passage and we have to tabulate key points हम लोगों को इस table में भरना है. So this passage talks about water pollution, sound pollution and air pollution. So here we have to put these in the first. And what about next is caused by. So reason for this industrial pollutant, increased level of RSPM, it is given in the passage. Then reason for the water pollution is given, industrial effluents, immersion of POP idols. And in sound pollution caused by loudspeakers during festival time and increased volume of traffic. And solutions are also given in the passage only. So here you will get your answer. So your tree plantation, citizens and NGOs taking up green cause with civic authorities, protecting forest, conserving mangroves. And for water pollution ka solution is effective waste management technique, eco-friendly idols to be used during festivals. And last is about sound pollution, awareness, strict enforcement of decibel level by the police. So this information you have to write in table format. This question carries 5 marks. Now we'll see the next is your fact file for hill station. So here hill station is your Matheran and in points form, point के form में you have your detail. अब इस डिटेल को यू हैव टू राइट इन पैराग्राफ फॉर्मेट. इसको पैराग्राफ फॉर्मेट में लिखना है. सो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज हाउ टू गो देयर. सो बाय ट्रेन जा सकते हैं और बाय रोड जा सकते हैं. सो इट इज ट्रेन का टाइमिंग, स्टेशन का नाम इट इज गिवन. वेयर टू स्टे, रहने के लिए क्या है, होटल्स हैं. टाइम ऑफ द ईयर टू विजिट, अराउंड द ईयर विजिट कर सकते हैं, होल ईयर एक्सेप्ट रेनी सीजन. What to see, वहां पर क्या क्या देख सकते हैं. There are many viewpoints के नाम दिए गए and also there are different animals you can see there. Things to enjoy, what you will get to see there, enjoy greenery, beauty of the scene, trekking, horse riding, many more. Now we will convert this information into paragraph format. So Matheran is one of the most visited tourist hill station in Maharashtra. Tourists can reach at the destination by road or by train. The trains are running between Mumbai or Pune to Neral Junction. And from Neral Junction, they can take narrow gauge trains that depart at 6:40, 9 a.m. and 9:10, 10:40, 5:05 p.m. daily. An extra service at 12 noon on Saturdays and Sundays is also available. Those who wants to opt for a road traveling can take shared taxi or mini buses from Neral to MTDC holiday camp. So this is first paragraph. There are plenty of hotels for stay but are quite expensive. They provide food facilities along with stay. The other options can be food corners around MG Road. Mathurani is always at its highest delightful view, but rainy season is quite risky to visit. Tourists can enjoy many viewpoints such as porcupine, monkey, eco, cliffs watching, monkeys and squirrels. Many activities can also be taken up by the tourists. Here there is error. By the tourists, such as enjoying the greenery, scenic beauty of nature, trekking, horse riding, etc. It is one of the best places to visit to feel relaxed. So here this fact file is converted into the paragraph. Now this is our A2 activity. Now we'll move to the next activity. Here an extract is given, a survey A survey has shown that percentage of child labor in our country has gone up. The government is trying its best to prevent this practice, but its efforts are inadequate. Other institutions like schools, colleges, industrial houses, etc., should be roped in to help society face this challenging task of preventing child labor and seeing that these innocent children are given proper education. Your school has set up a society for the detection of cases of child labor in your town. Now here, this, this paragraph talks about the child labor. Now here it is given in the last sentence, your school has set up a society. Society मतलब एक group form किया है, committee form किया है to detect the cases of child labor in your town. So write a report of about 20 lines on the measures adopted to detect such cases, the support you have received, and the success of the program. So here हम लोगों को अभी 20 लाइन में न्यूज रिपोर्ट लिखना है और उस न्यूज रिपोर्ट में वी हैव टू हाईलाइट कि हमारे स्कूल से हमने एक सोसाइटी फॉर्म की है और सोसाइटी का क्या करती है, जो चाइल्ड लेबर के केसेस है उसको फाइंड आउट करती है और हम लोगों को जो भी सपोर्ट मिला है सोसाइटी से और हमारा जो एक्टिविटी हमने कंडक्ट किया है. So now here हम लोग थोड़ा फॉर्मेट देखेंगे. What is expected here? टाइटल हेडलाइन होना चाहिए, लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस ऑफ इवेंट्स होना चाहिए, यूज ऑफ अप्रोप्रिएट ग्रामर एंड वोकैबुलरी एंड कंक्लूजन एंड लेआउट. इसको मार्क्स दिए गए 1, 2, 1 and 1. So we'll see. Here I have given title, The Child Savior Society Creating Awareness in the Society. So here the committee जो है उसका नाम है The Child Savior Society. Now here this report is written by Radhika. Now first paragraph, 1st January 2022 Mumbai. So this is dateline दिया गया है. The future generations have many roles to play in the development of society and the nation. One such example is the students of JSS Municipal Secondary School. They have set up the Child Savior Society. The society creates awareness about the ill effects of child labor on the child's life. They, along with the parents, work for this noble cause. On the eve of New Year, the society had organized a program to sensitize the society about the ill effects of child labor in the child's life, society, nation, and the world. The students performed skit, dance, and songs to create awareness. The chief guest in his speech threw light on the Right to Education Act, which guarantees free and compulsory education to all children. The program was a great success as the audience agreed to contribute for the social cause. The parents residing in the near vicinity promised to extend their help in creating awareness and enrollment of the left out children. The principal, Mrs. Morris, said, I am very happy after seeing the enthusiasm of the students. It helped to inculcate the social values in the students. They are going to be leaders of tomorrow. So here, the first paragraph gives a brief introduction about the society, about the formation of the society. In the second, gives information about the why the society is formed, what activities they are taking. And in the last, it is conclusion about this, the work of the society. So here we have our news report writing. Look at the points given below. So here we have, for speech writing, we have different, here few points, 6 points are given. And here it is written, using these points, write a speech acquainting your class about the environment crisis that is worsening around the world. You may add your own points too. Now children, here it is mentioned कि आप अपने own points भी add कर सकते हो. So you have to use these points and you can add your own points, own your awareness, whatever you have, you can add there. We'll see the answer. A very good morning, everyone, respected dignitaries, teachers, and all my friends. Today, I stand here to present a speech on environment, which conveys my views on the environment, its problems, and its solutions. We have to tackle the problems. First of all, what is the environment? Every living being and non-living things around us are part of the environment. Humans, trees, animals, water, air are all the parts of our environment, and our environment is degrading right now. Human activities are the main cause of harm to the environment. Our large population and blinding development are bad for all the living beings, non-living things, and our resources. We have populated our air, water, and soil. Some of the resources are too much polluted to use. Others are almost over like fuels and clean drinking water. Also, such a large population produces unlimited waste and garbage every day, which is further destroying the environment. Severe environmental problems are on the rise, like global warming and ozone depletion. Large scale deforestation is adding up to the problems. So, what is the solution? The government can imply strict rules and laws for the well being of nature. It can also impose considerable penalty on the lawbreakers. Plus, we can need to educate people and make them aware about the importance of saving our resources and surroundings. Lastly, we all have to play our part by reusing, reducing, and recycling. So here the last paragraph is not given. These points are not given, but here as it is given that we can add our own points, I have written these lines. This is our speech. So in speech, we have to consider these points, and along with these points, we can add our own points. Now we'll see the next view and counter view. Write counter views for the following topics or views. So here views are given. We have to write opposite. We have to write counter view, matlab opposite of this. Children should be allowed to bring packaged or canned food to school. New packaging material help to preserve the food fresh for a long time. Cans can be thrown away after use and thus saves the time. No wash dishes. Separate dishes can be packed in separate use and throw containers. Here the passage is, these lines are saying that कि children को allow करना चाहिए packaged food और canned food लाने के लिए. Now we have to write counter view. हमें अभी इसका opposite लिखना है कि उन्हें allow नहीं करना चाहिए. तो हमारे यहाँ पर what points we need to consider? Title देना पड़ेगा, proper beginning conclusion होना चाहिए, proper vocabulary and grammar, express opinion in good and lucid language, then appealing and convincing thoughts होना चाहिए. Now we'll see the answer. Here it is our title, ill effects of packaged and canned food. Children need healthy and nutritious diet at their growing age for healthy future. They need fresh and home cooked food. Children should not be allowed to bring packaged and canned food to school for two reasons. Such food is not as good for health as fresh foods, salads, and home cooked foods. Canned and packaged foods would unnecessarily create a lot of garbage once the food is taken out and the packages or cans thrown away. These food have preservatives to keep them fresh for a long time. These have ill effects on the health of the children in the long run. The plastics add on to the environmental issues. The thrown plastics and containers results in the soil pollution, drainage blockages, etc. If consumed by animals, results in another big issue. Instead, children should be encouraged to bring home cooked food in tiffin. It will inculcate in them good habits and healthy lifestyle. It will also sensitize the children about the protection and preservation of environment. So here counter view is written. Here we need to have a title को आपका वेट and proper beginning होना चाहिए, conclusion होना चाहिए, and also the passage, this paragraph should be in correct grammar. Now we'll see the next question about creative writing. Now here in creative writing we have expansion of ideas, essay writing. So here we have two topics. The first is industry is the mother of prosperity. So here industry means hard work. Hard work से prosperity मिलती है. So here this आइडिया को हम लोगों को एक्सपांड करना है. सो फॉर एक्सपेंशन ऑफ आइडियाज चिल्ड्रन ऐसे राइटिंग बोलते हैं, बट एक्सपेंशन में कैसे, वी नीड टू हैव एग्जाम्पल्स. हमें इस आइडिया को सपोर्ट करने के लिए एग्जाम्पल्स यूज करने. नेक्स्ट इज इंडिया यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी. So these two are very simple topics. Now we'll see the first. Industry is mother of prosperity. The word industry in the given proverb refers to the quality of working hard regularly. So what the proverb means is that hard work is the key to success. So hard work is key to success. Now here in the second paragraph, examples are given. This paragraph gives information about the farmer. A farmer has to toil under extreme condition in his field. Only they can he hope to harvest bumper crops. Laborers in a factory have to work efficiently in order to manufacture the goods that when sold will reap benefits for all. All prosperous nations have come up by the unfailing and dedicated efforts of their people. There is indeed no substitute for hard work, no shortcut to prosperity. It can come only through industry or hard work. In this sense, then industry is indeed the mother of prosperity. Good things in life do not just fall into our laps. The sweet fruits of success has to be earned by the sweat of one's brow. No Tata or Birla even reached where they are by sitting in an easy chair, relaxing. So here examples are given of industrialist. Sachin Tendulkar plays well not by mere instinct. Behind his brilliant performance lies a lot of hard work and hours of practice sessions on the field. So here examples are given in the next. So last, nothing worthwhile in life can be attained without efforts. Everything comes from the continuous hard work. And this is something we must all remember if we wish to be successful and happy. So in expansion of ideas, वो आइडिया को सपोर्ट करने के लिए वी हैव टू यूज डिफरेंट एग्जांपल्स. नाउ विल सी द नेक्स्ट expansion, the unity in diversity. The meaning of unity in diversity is the existence of oneness even after various differences. India is the best example for this concept of unity in diversity. We can see very clearly here that people of different religions, creeds, lifestyle, dressing sense, faith in God, rituals of worship, etc. live together with harmony under one roof, means on one land of India. People living in India are the children of one mother whom we call Mother India. India is a vast and most populated country of the world where people of different religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Sikhism, Jainism, Christianity, and Parsis live together. But everyone believes in one theory of dharma and karma. People here are good, God-fearing in nature and believe in purification of soul, rebirth, salvation, luxury of heaven, and punishment of hell. People here celebrate their festivals, Holi, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, Good Friday, Mahavir Jayanti, Buddha Jayanti, etc. very peacefully without harming other religious people. So here, these examples clears the idea about unity in diversity in India. Though there are many diversities in India, but still we are united. Now we'll see the last question is 7B. Here we have developing a story or narrating an experience. Now the story begins with, one morning I woke up with the horrible feeling that everything would go wrong that day. So here the story begins with this sentence, in which horrible feeling that the day will go wrong. Now we'll see the answer. One morning I woke up with the horrible feeling that everything would go wrong that day. As I was very late to the school and my geography project and had my geography project presentation, I quickly dressed up myself and didn't had breakfast. My mother put jam on chapati and gave me. I got angry and said, when would I eat that chapati? She replied, on the way, and she smiled. I quickly got out on the road and started to walk. I decided to go by cab, but I didn't get any cab. I started walking faster. The chapati was in my hand. As I was walking, I saw a little boy sleeping beside the road. The boy was unwell, it seemed to me. He was accompanied by a dog. I felt very sad. Something struck my mind. I gave that jam chapati to him. I moved ahead without thinking what I had done. Somehow I reached to school. When entered the school gate, I realized that the morning assembly is over. I got scared to go upstairs. Somehow I gathered my courage and went ahead to my classroom door. I heard my name announced. I quickly replied, "Present, miss," from the door itself. The whole class turned their heads towards the door and everybody started to laugh. My teacher smiled and allowed to enter the classroom. I realized that it was my turn to do the presentation. I quickly kept my bag and stood in the front of the class. I started with my presentation after I had finished. I went to the teacher and apologized for being late. She appreciated me for my project work and tapped at my back. I was very happy that day. So here the sentence begins with the, I think, negative, not negative sense, but fear of negativity. But here in the end, he was very happy. The person who is speaking in this story, the narrator, is very happy. So here we have to develop a story, and in the end we can write moral also. All is well that ends well. So here the story gives the moral, all is well that ends well. Now we'll see the last question about the experience. So here, narrate your experience of a midnight adventure. Midnight adventure. So here the title is A Midnight Adventure. Being the child of a farmer, I spent my childhood in my village. I completed my schooling at my native place. I had a beautiful village life of peace and prosperity. But for further studies, I had to move to city. I had cleared the entrance exam of MBBS. I got admission in KM College of Mumbai. I took an apartment on rent for the first time and came in the city. I came here with a dream to become a doctor. I missed my parents very much. One late night, I was unable to concentrate in studies. I had no one to share my feelings with. I looked out of the window. My heart felt to go out and stroll on the city roads. When I came out, I saw the busy roads, but it was not as busy as it is in the daytime. I saw few stalls of ice cream, tea, and others. When I was walking down the lane, I saw people sleeping beside the road and on the bridges. That night, I got to know the life in the busiest city of India. It was about 2 a.m. now. I decided to go back to my apartment. While returning, I noticed the roads were quieter than before. For the first time, I was out in the midnight. I had ice cream. I got the experience of quiet Mumbai. It was a beautiful experience. I came to know about the life in the city. So here the experience is shared about a midnight adventure. Okay, children. So with this, we have completed the analysis. I hope it is clear to you now. If you have any doubt,
Mono, unmute yourself and ask your doubt.
टीचर
yes.
ट्रू फॉल का क्वेश्चन लिखने का
ओके ट्रू फॉल्स का क्वेश्चन आंसर में अगर उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि रीराइट द सेंटेंसेस तो आपको लिखना चाहिए, बट इट इज गुड, इट इज वेरी गुड इफ यू राइट द क्वेश्चंस.
लिखने का
यस.
Shivani, unmute yourself and ask your question.
मैम आपने जो रिपोर्ट राइटिंग बताया है उसके साथ क्या ऑप्शन में था, आपने वो बताया ही नहीं. A1 मतलब वो क्या था?
Okay, so you are talking about report writing.
मिस, हाँ मिस, मुझे ना समझा ही नहीं कि राइटिंग स्किल्स में ना कौन किसका मतलब ऑप्शंस किसके साथ था, तो मुझे बहुत कंफ्यूज हो रहा। आप बता सकते हो क्या? मतलब जितने भी राइटिंग स्किल्स के ना स्टार्टिंग से ना बस इतना बता दो कि ऑप्शन जो रहते हैं ना, एनी 1 एनी 2, कौन एनी वाला है, आप मुझे इतना बता सकते हो?
सो इन राइटिंग स्किल आपके पास 2 लेटर्स हैं। जस्ट
यस,
मेरा स्क्रीन आपको विजिबल है क्या?
हाँ, यस यस
यस,
मैम, इट इज विजिबल।
ओके, तो मैं आपको राइटिंग स्किल का बताती हूँ। दिस इज योर लेटर राइटिंग। लेटर राइटिंग में आपको 2 लेटर्स दिए गए, एनी 1 आपको अटेम्प्ट करना है। आई थिंक इट इज क्लियर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है आपका इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफर। इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफर में आपके पास 2 इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफर है। एक में पैराग्राफ दिया है, इसको टेबल फॉर्म में लिखना है। मैंने दोनों आंसर्स आपको दिखाए हैं। सो दिस इज योर इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफर, जिसमें वर्बल से नॉन वर्बल है। ये वाला आपको
यस,
लिखना है, या तो आपको ये दूसरा है फैक्ट फाइल। सो इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफर में यू हैव 2 क्वेश्चंस, उसमें से आपको A1 और A2 में से एनी 1 अटेम्प्ट करना है। देन योर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज रिपोर्ट राइटिंग दिया गया है। रिपोर्ट राइटिंग लिखना है तो आप वो लिखो, नहीं तो आपको स्पीच लिखना है। ओके,
यस मैम,
हाँ। देन काउंटर व्यू दिया गया है। तो आई हैव प्रैक्टिस ऑल द राइटिंग स्किल्स। आपको जो उसमें से कंफर्टेबल है, आप जिसमें आपको जो अच्छे से समझा है, यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट दैट। ओके,
यस मैम,
एनी,
थैंक यू मिस।
वेलकम। एनी अदर
Rashid
डाउट?
Khan, unmute yourself. Rashid Khan, unmute yourself and ask your doubt.
हेलो सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, you can ask your doubt. Yes.
टीचर, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4A में टीचर पिक डू एज डायरेक्टेड में टीचर पिक आउट द करेक्ट कंजक्शन फ्रॉम द गिवन सेंटेंस। टीचर बी में इट इज सेड दैट लैक ऑफ स्लीप कैन लीड टू प्रॉब्लम। टीचर अगर इसमें कैन लिखेंगे तो ये राइट आंसर नहीं होगा?
क्वेश्चन नंबर क्या बोला आपने?
क्वेश्चन नंबर टीचर 4A का A4, 4A A4।
अनसीन पैसेज की बात करें आप?
यस 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 टीचर।
क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 का A4। So here,
यस टीचर।
pick out any one sentence from the passage where a model auxiliary indicating advice is used. देखो
या
can
वो
का,
नहीं,
okay, just a
ये
minute.
pick out the correct conjunction from the given sentence। इसका बी टीचर, it is said that lack of sleep can lead to problem।
Okay, तो आप इसमें पूछ रहे हैं कि कंजंक्शन क्या है।
यस
कैन आपका मॉडल ऑक्सिलरी है, कैन मॉडल ऑक्सिलरी है, और यहाँ पर 2 सेंटेंस को ज्वाइन किया गया है। ये क्लॉज है हमारा, दैट क्लॉज बोलते हैं, नाउन क्लॉज को दैट क्लॉज ही बोलते हैं। तो ये जो दैट है, दिस इज योर कंजंक्शन। कैन तो आपका मॉडल ऑक्सिलरी हो जाएगा।
ओके टीचर, ओके, थैंक यू टीचर।
वेलकम। एनी अदर डाउट?
Suhana Mishra, unmute yourself. Suhana, unmute yourself.
Teacher, I didn't understand letter writing.
What you have not understanding letter writing? What's the problem in the letter writing?
Address side.
Address, अच्छा. Address of the first informal or formal letter?
Informal.
Okay, informal में the person who is writing here, his name is Rehan Khan, and he is writing letter. He is not staying with his parents. तो कहाँ पर मे बी पेरेंट्स के साथ नहीं है, तो बोर्डिंग में हो सकता है, हॉस्टल में हो सकता है। So that's why here I have written the name of the boarding school ABC. Is it clear? क्योंकि कोई भी बच्चा अपने पेरेंट्स से अगर परमिशन मांग रहा है, लेटर लिख रहा है, इट मीन्स दैट चाइल्ड इज नॉट स्टेइंग विद पेरेंट्स, इसलिए घर का एड्रेस नहीं दिया है। Is it clear now?
Misbah Khan, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. In the first question, there is a question we have to find the compound words. तो in that question, अगर means देखो high speed is the words, उनके मिडिल में हाइफन है, तो जब कंपाउंड वर्ड्स के बीच में हाइफन होता है तो क्या वो कंपाउंड वर्ड्स होते हैं या नहीं?
होते हैं।
बस, thank you.
दो डिफरेंट वर्ड्स को मिलाकर जो नया वर्ड बनता है, सो हियर हाई स्पीड एक ही वर्ड है यहाँ पर। ओके, हाई इज हैविंग डिफरेंट मीनिंग, स्पीड इज हैविंग डिफरेंट मीनिंग, बट व्हेन यू join these two words you will have another word, high speed. Okay, so this is your compound word.
Students, any more doubts? If you have any doubts, raise your hands.